Hello, welcome to today's task TFT03 on compound interest. In the last lecture we read about simple interest, and today we will try to see the differences between simple interest and compound interest, and then we will try to derive the formula for compound interest. For simple interest the formula was simple, it was PRT by 100, and we read that for every year the rate of interest was same and the time period would be 1 year, and the simple interest would be this value which was PRT by 100. So if we had to calculate the interest for the first year, it would be P into R into 1 by 100. This would be the simple interest for first year. Similarly, for second year, the interest would be P into R into 1 by 100 for the second year. The simple interest for the third year would again be same. It would be P into R into 1 by 100. So you can see that the simple interest, the value is constant for every year because we are taking time as 1 year. Now if we take or calculate this amount for the nth year, then the value will again be same. It will be IN or interest for the nth year, it will be P into R into 1 by 100. But this is not the case in the compound interest. For simple interest, the total interest would be this amount, PR by 100 for each year into n number of years. So if I borrowed the principal P for n number of years, then at the end of n year I will give P plus this simple interest to the lender. But is it the same case in compound interest also? Let's see. In compound interest, for the first year, the interest amount is same. It will be P into R into 1 year by 100 for the first year. But what happens in the second year? If we try to calculate, or if we think that again the interest 2, or for the second year the interest will be P into R into 1 by 100 in compound interest also, then here we are wrong. Here we will see the difference. For the second year, what happens? The principal P2 will be P1 plus I2. So we will have to add the interest to the previous principal in order to calculate the new principal. So for the second year, the principal changes and we have to add interest to the previous principal. So after second year, what will happen? The interest will be the new principal into the rate of interest into 1 year. This new principal is P plus the interest. So you can see how the principal keeps on varying. And what will happen now after second year? After second year, we will receive a new principal. This principal will be P1 plus I2. P1 is the old principal and I2 is the interest for the second year. So when we calculate this value, then we will find that P2 is P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power 2 or whole square. Similarly, we will now again calculate I3 or interest at the end of the third year. Here we will again use a new principle, which will be this amount. So P into 1 plus R by 100 whole square into rate of interest into 1. This will be for the third year, and again principal will be old P plus the interest. It will be P into 1 plus R by 100 whole cube. Now you will have to calculate this. Let's see if you can calculate this or not. When we generalize it, we will find that for the nth year, the principal will be P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power n. So what is going to happen here? What can we see the difference? In the compound interest, I took a loan of principal P, and I found that after n years, the amount that came to be after applying the formula was Pn, and this Pn was P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power n. Now if I have to calculate the compound interest, then it will be this amount minus P. Now the amount that we calculated was for the same rate of interest. Same rate of interest, this was R. But if in the question you are given different rates of interest, then your amount will also be different, and it will be P into 1 plus R1 by 100. In the next formula you will put 1 plus R2 by 100, and in the next 1 plus R3 by 100. So here what we have learned today, we have learned that the compound interest and simple interest are different. In the simple interest, we will have P into R into n by 100. This will be the total interest. But in compound interest, the formula changes. It will be P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power n minus P. In the exam, they will not ask you to derive the formula, but the reason why we did it today was because I wanted you to understand that simple interest is very simple, is straightforward, and it is the same amount for every year. That is why we simply multiply P into R into n by 100. But in compound interest, what happens, for every year we are calculating the new principal as P old plus the new interest. So this is why the formula gets changed, and we come to a new formula of simple compound interest, which is P 1 plus R by 100 into n minus of P. Now if you have different rates of interest, then it will change. It will be P 1 plus R1 by 100, 1 plus R2 by 100, 1 plus R3 by 100. Then we will subtract it or subtract P from it. So this is the formula for compound interest, and you will have to remember this formula. Okay, remember this please, because you only have to apply this formula, or if the rates of interest are different, then it will be this formula. So all the best. Try to solve a few questions, and then if you have any doubts, please drop a message in the comment box. The questions in this topic are pretty straightforward, and you just have to apply the formula So you will have to remember the formula for simple interest, for compound interest, for same rates of interest, for different rates of interest. So all the best and happy learning. Have a wonderful journey for CSAT.